Whoo!
Did you like that one?
Fucking banger. That's us now not monetized because I've just used bad language. My apologies.
No, it's all good, man. It's all good. I did all this fruit weekend, to be fair. So, yeah, I'm kind of glad you like it, to be honest with you.
Sweet stuff from Jesus. I'm just all worn out from just the dancing. I'll be honest with you. I was meant to go to a Christmas party, and I wasn't feeling all that well on Friday, but that is just made up for.
No, I'm glad I could make your night, mate, with that. But hopefully I can make everybody else's night today with the podcast that we're doing today. It's the AKM podcast, guys, joined by Seano. Martin will be with us a little bit later on. I am expecting a package to be delivered any moment, to be fair. So I may need you to
a package a bit.
Yeah. Nah, I'll put it on as soon as it comes. I'll put it on. But yeah, so today, guys, we're going to be talking about obviously the game yesterday, the fallout. I've got a few slides to go through, like we always do. We're going to get Seano's opinions on the game yesterday. Like we've not really spoke about it, in all honesty, since it's happened. But yeah, other than that, we're gonna have to, obviously, guys, before we go any further, talk about our partner right now, which is Fibersportmemorabilia. We've just recently had our second giveaway, which Gavin Morgan won. He won the Roberto Firmino book, which I'll be sending out to him tomorrow. So yeah, that's something that'll be happening there. And obviously, this is all thanks to Fibersportmemorabilia, who is our partner. So we're going to hear a little bit from them right now, and then we'll get on into the show, guys. This video is in partnership with Fibersportmemorabilia, whose mission is simple, guys, to provide sports fans, collectors and enthusiasts with a diverse selection of authentic sports memorabilia that captures the essence of sporting greatness. From autographed jerseys and boots to game-worn equipment and limited edition prints, their collection will be the treasure trove of sporting history. They take great pride in their commitment to authenticity and ensure that every item they offer undergoes a meticulous verification process. Every item that they sell is an authentic item obtained by themselves and only by themselves, leaving no room for doubt. I'd like to take this moment to thank Fibersportmemorabilia for being the partner of AKM LFC. There we go. We got our partner in Fibersportmemorabilia. The next month's giveaway, guys, will be the other photo for Jan Molby that was signed. So if you want to be interested and you have a chance in winning that, obviously the memberships do start at $199, going up to $299. So if you're interested to be involved,
I mean, come on, $199 or $299, would you miss it?
If you do want to be involved at for New Year's Day, then just give us a membership, guys. Basically, I was going to say give us a shout, but that don't make no sense. As you can see as well at the bottom of the screen, I've got my Twitch and my Twitter there, so go give us a follow on there, guys. I've also got the new gaming channel which I've set up, which I've actually renamed AKM Live instead of AKM Games, because this is now obviously AKM LFC. So, and we do the AKM Live here podcast. So it's all branded. Don't worry, Seano. Don't worry. Don't worry.
You've ended up calling the gaming thing AKM Live.
Kind of. Just the channel. The other bit didn't make any sense, but anyway.
Confusing. Anyway, go on.
So other than that, have you got anything you'd like to talk about, Shannon, before we get into this rest of the show?
God, there's plenty of things I'd like to talk about. SD Designs 2020 on Redbubble, coming up with some lovely designs. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. That's up there on our Christmas collections. And also, yeah, Fibersportmemorabilia. They're the only FSG I like. They're also on Facebook on Fibber Sports Group. Hence the FSG thing. Do you like that? So, yeah.
Nice one. So we had Scott with us earlier on. We got Gary Richards. We got Ricky. We got Gary saying, "Tally all lads, Pep has been sacked tonight." I doubt that. I don't think. I think he's probably the only manager in the league that couldn't be sacked after a run like this. I really do. I think Klopp was the other one, and now obviously Klopp's left. So Would you say Klopp's retired as being a manager? Would you say that yet? Are you going to leave it a bit longer? Yeah. Ricky says here we do need to calm down. We haven't played anybody yet.
Oh, of course, yeah. just the German, the what you call it, the Spanish, or the what you call it, the Champions League winners, and Man City.
Gary Richards, taxi for Haaland, and then obviously you put in taxi for Pep. Yes, we do have the quiz later on, guys. 8 o'clock. We will be doing it again for your chance. The winner again, obviously, to be in with a chance of becoming, well, competing in the Champions of Champions quiz at the end of the season. And then obviously, again, we've got Richard the Red here. Good evening, Adam and Seano. Hope you are both well. Just how good is it to be Red today? What a juggernaut of our team. Fucking buzzing. And yes, lad, I think that was a really, really good performance yesterday. So I think before we go any further, Sean, I want to get some of your thoughts on it. I know you put a video up on the channel yesterday, but we hadn't actually spoke about it. So what was your thoughts going into the game before, as straight up?
Now, I'll just give you a heads up, ladies and gentlemen. I'm an Irishman, and we had our general election there last Friday, which I'm devastated over, because it was the worst turnout since 1923. So thank you for all the absolute dicks who decided not to vote. But I was in really, really bad form. I was in dreadful form. And I went and I put that match on and wasn't in dreadful form afterwards. We played extremely well. We should have won it by more than 2. I think the scoreline was completely flattering on Man City's part. Second half, yes, we allowed them kind of play the game to us, but never did we look uncomfortable. I thought we played very well. I mean, even when Virgil made that mistake, Kelleher came out. How we're getting rid of Kelleher this summer, I don't know. I don't get. But I was just delighted. I was delighted with the pass, and I think if I was to be critical in any way, I think that Szoboszlai needs to up his game a bit. That's the only.
In case of that, in terms of output, sorry, like in assist, goals, and stuff like that, or just overall play.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that. We spot him for what, 50 million, if not more. And yeah, he's not really got the output for a player like that, is it? So
just for the position that he's in, he needs to be doing an awful lot more. I mean, I just felt there were parts of that game he wasn't doing great. Yeah.
No, I agree. I feel like Jones is proper pushing him, and I think with Elliott coming back as well, he's going to be pushing him even more. I think he does bring that energy and that tackling and the pressing mentality that Slot probably likes a lot, and that's probably why he gets put into the team. But yeah, I do think he needs to be getting at least 10 assists, 10 goals, or I don't know, something off like. I'm not asking for Salah numbers here, but I'm asking for something rather than nothing.
Yeah, I think we're so used to kind of someone like, I mean, okay, we had Naby Keita in the number 8 jersey, but before that, obviously we had Stevie G, and the numbers that he was, putting was amazing. But Szoboszlai does need to improve his game. He really does. But the one thing that I loved, and without sound, because I don't want to be negative on this one, when Nunes came on and Virgil was clearing the ball and doing his defensive duties, and then Nunes comes in and does it, and he's like riling up the crowd.
Oh, you mean this right here? You mean that right there, yeah?
I didn't even know you had that clip. Isn't that just, it's like, this is not rehearsed, ladies and gentlemen, although you may think it is. It's not rehearsed. It's like I've got a mic bomb. I could say anything, and Adam just wouldn't know. But yeah, I mean, that was just amazing. It just showed like he was ready for it. And I think there was part of, well, I know that he was definitely not happy with being dropped, you know. I was kind of thinking, I know you mentioned it in your review, Diaz in the number 9 position. You can either take it or leave it. What did you think of Diaz in that position?
I don't know. Like,
did we see enough?
He's got the energy to do the pressing side of it, but he doesn't have, for me, the finesse to do the Firmino side of it, to bring people in. For me, Diaz is a winger. He's just raw pace, raw power. Just give him the ball and he can run forward, but he can't do the hold-up stuff. So yeah, the FA Cup draw is about to start right now, and we'll keep an eye on that and let you all know what happens as it's going on, guys. Scott's in agreement with us as well here about Dom saying that he thinks he does a lot of the dirty work in midfield, covers a lot of ground, sets the press a lot of times. However, he wouldn't mind a few goals, which I think we can all kind of agree with that. But yeah, back to the Diaz thing. Like, he's done it twice now, and I don't think it's worked either time. Slot must like him better there than Szoboszlai, because he did try Szoboszlai there once, and he's never tried it again. Never tried.
Szoboszlai was like, no, just no. He wasn't great, no. But I mean, I think Diaz, the first time around, I don't know what game it was, but I think he was good. Diaz, I can't think of the game that he was. Was it Leverkusen?
May have been, yeah.
I think it was Leverkusen, and he did quite well. But Gapco, I mean, sweet mother of God, it's almost an absolute sin to have him not playing. He's just on form. He really is.
Nah, he's amazing. He's Gakpo, in all fairness. I think he's really come to life this season. I think Curtis Jones, this is going to tie so much nicely into the next segment. So, Jones is
just makes you
come into his own. We've got the best according to Opta stats. I haven't got a slide for this or anything like that because it came out just as I was getting ready to go. That Liverpool have got in the top 3 best defenses in Europe this season.
Yeah, I'd well believe it.
And that's what they're saying, where basically a lot of this is all coming from. Which it is. What's that say that Scott said there? Arsenal versus Man United in the FA Cup. Nice. Alternative FM. Do you think we'll get back in the squad when he's fit, or should we bring someone else in? Is that Kanate? Who's that in relation to? Is that Kanate? Is that I don't know that. Oh, we're talking about Szoboszlai, Diaz, Gakpo, Elliot, maybe Bradley. Just let us know what player you're talking about there, mate, and we'll do it.
Alternative FM. I think he's from the Frank Carlisle show, so you're very welcome.
Oh, do you think Jota?
Jota?
No.
That's a good question.
No.
Jota is a very good finisher, though. I mean, when he's fit, I mean, he could. I don't know. It's a good question. Alternative. It is a very good question. I mean,
I don't know. Like, for me, it's. I agree. I think Jota's probably the best finisher at the club, bar Salah. But I don't think he gets back into the starting 11 for the big games. I think if you're playing quarterfinal Champions League, I think you start Darwin. I don't think you start Jota.
Would you ease him into the cup games then? So
yeah. I'd rotate him in and out. Rotate him in and out.
Because I mean, really, and Richard the Red says Jota is a clever player, close skill and finisher. Sell him or get someone else. Alternative FM says Jota. I would keep Jota. To be honest, I don't know about you on that one, Adam.
I think this is Jota's last season.
But we all said that about Darwin.
For me, it's an availability. I think we've had Jota long enough now where we know what we're going to get. He's going to pick up an injury. He's going to miss about 15 games for the season, maybe more. He'll bang in a few goals when he's fit, but he's not reliable. So I think Jota goes. I think I've said this a few times now. I think we might see a few go next summer. I think we see both top keepers go next year. I think goes next year. I think Gomez he might want to go next year.
Oh, it'd be such a disaster if we get rid of Gomez. You're not going to get a defender like that who can be as versatile as he is.
I don't think the Gomez one. I don't think it's the club wanting to move him on. I think it's him. I think he'll want to go to get more first team football. Same as Kelleher. I think Kelleher will want to go to get more first team football. I think Gomez will want to go to get more first team football. I think Alisson will go because, again, this is the second season in a row now where he's had a pretty significant injury. They've just gone out and signed Mamardashvili. Liverpool have got Accrington Stanley at home in the cup.
Liverpool have got no way, have they? All right, Gavin.
Scott's saying. All right, Gavin, mate. So yeah, I think I don't know why right now, but until Diaz signs a new deal, I think he could be going next season as well. I think that move to Barcelona might come back around for him again. I don't know. I hope I'm wrong. Like, I'm not saying I want these players to go, but I just think when you're looking at it, yeah, like I wouldn't be surprised if Shimikas or Robbo moves as well. One of them goes at least.
If I had a choice, I would get obviously I love Alisson, but I mean he's injury prone. I think if we have Mamardashvili coming in, he's kind of an unknown in the Premier League. He hasn't been tested in the Premier League. I would have Kelleher starting as number one. That's it. And I'd have Mamardashvili as number two. I would do everything and anything to hold on to Kelleher as the number one goalkeeper for Liverpool Football Club. That's it. I can't understand, because now you're getting rid of two goalkeepers, two fantastic goalkeepers. You're bringing in a gamble in Mamardashvili.
Yeah.
Come on.
I agree. I 100% agree, but I just think the signing of Mamardashvili, unless you loan him out again, I don't know why you signed him. Mamardashvili has not signed for Liverpool to sit on the bench. He just hasn't. What's this? Adidas next season money. I wonder where that's going. I did a video on this the other day when we were talking about the contracts, and it was basically when, if the fucking stuff starts coming out about Liverpool saying, "Oh, we ain't got the money, we got no money, no fucking money," right? Or as my mum likes to go, "No fucking money." It's bullshit, guys. Like, Liverpool would not have signed a deal with Adidas if they were getting less money than Nike. Like, the only reason Adidas went for Liverpool is because Nike took the German international team off Adidas. So they were like, right, we're going to go take one of your big boys as well. So they would have offered Liverpool more than what they were getting with Nike. 100%. That's 100%.
But I'll tell you what, if those jerseys if they are the jerseys that are coming out next year, I'm going to be fucking flat out broke. I'm going to be buying every single one of them. They're fucking amazing. So I will be buying them without a doubt. We're made for Adidas, and Adidas is made for us. And I think
the ones I sent to you the other day.
Oh,
let me see if I can just
the green one. The green one's beautiful.
Oh yeah, hold on. I've got the three of them there. Hold on a minute. I'll try and get it to pop up so I can show. But yeah, where would I put this? Nah.
Gavin says reports tonight. Saudi making a move for Salah. He's decided if he leaves, he wants to stay in Europe.
Yeah, I think if Salah goes, he's 100% staying in Europe. 100%. You can take that home with you.
Will.
Where's that gone? Hold on a moment. There we go. I've got it here. It's just loading now. Hopefully it uploads it.
About the purple one. I didn't see the purple one, Gavin. I saw.
So that's it. Can you see that?
Oh yeah, that's the purple one. And the purple one has like a liver bird.
Yeah. I don't know if that purple one's legit. I'll say that right now. That green one and that red one, they look legit to me.
I preferred the white one. Do you remember they had a white one out with the crest and kind of in a red crest. But I
better take that down before. But yeah,
you'd get done for that, would you?
I don't know. Oh, Martin's with us. Hold on a minute. I need to just change this. Bringing you. Boom, boom. Why has it not been added to it?
Hello.
Where is he?
I don't know, but like all we're hearing is,
look at this. Oh. I'm gonna say the dog's just gonna bark. Have you seen that draw?
Yeah, Atkinson Stanley.
Yeah, I told he was gonna be gutted because Atkinson Stanley beat Warrington Marlins to get through that round.
Oh no!
Oh really?
That'd
wow.
Interesting.
Yeah, that green one's really good. Is that Scott? I like that green one.
I like the red one the best. That one reminds me of their kite straight away.
Yeah,
it does. Yeah. But I can't see them just going straight for something like that. To be honest with you, I think there might be some difference.
I don't know what you've talked about or anything, but obviously because been a bit laxy-daisy, you've not been here. What's that news you've got for us, or have you already spoke about it?
Oh, it's the Salah stuff.
Yeah.
It's not my news. It's on the Athletic thing. I was just gonna go through that. We hadn't talked about that yet, though. I was just
we were kind of edging to it.
Sure, Well, I wasn't asking you, was I?
Well, I was kind of waiting for you to join before we started going through these slides and everything. So I've got these here to show you guys. So
City's in the mud.
9 points. Liverpool are now 9 points clear at the top of the league. That's the biggest margin they've had as leaders in the competition since the final day of the 1920 campaign when they last won the title. So, yeah, which was 18 points gap. So I don't want to tempt fate, but it looks really good right now.
I think if City drop more points on Wednesday, it's game over for them.
Who are they playing again? Is it Man United?
No, they're playing Arsenal, Man United on Wednesday.
Oh, right. I knew one of them were playing United.
Yeah. We need a draw with them too, and we need City to a draw or drop points. It'll be game over.
I won't be surprised, if United beat Arsenal on Wednesday. They seem to be playing a lot better than under Amorim.
Yeah.
So, what's this next one? Everyone's saying we've got Accrington at home.
United's just got Arsenal in the cup, haven't they, as well?
Yeah. So you remember that run of games that we've just literally finished now for November, and everyone was like tallying up how many points Liverpool were going to get, how many games we were going to lose, and all this shit. Well, oh shit, wrong button. There you go. We beat Chelsea, we beat Leipzig, we drew with Arsenal, beat Brighton twice, beat Leverkusen, beat Aston Villa, beat Southampton, beat Real Madrid, and beat Man City.
Yeah, we beat the European champions, champions of Spain, champions of England, and champions of Germany. All whilst conceding a goal.
It's incredible, and I mean, I remember a couple of weeks ago we were looking at that fixture list and we were thinking, okay, where do you see us dropping points? And we don't need to be thinking about that because we're looking at almost a perfect fucking performance in the last 10 fixtures apart from the draw.
Well, I'm worried about Everton, mate, because form goes out the window. They're going to be up for it.
Last game at Goodison as well, isn't it?
Yeah, and they killed us last year. They killed our hope last year.
I don't know why, but I just have this. I don't know if it's Arne Slot. I don't know, but I just have this calmness. Like I'm absolutely buzzing with how we're playing and everything like that, but I'm not going into games anymore thinking we're going to get ripped apart by anyone because I don't know. I don't know. I think if we're going to get beat, it's not because the other team's better than us. It's because we fucked up somewhere. I don't know. I can't see
Liverpool losing 3 games for Arsenal or Chelsea to beat us, and I certainly can't see them dropping 4 games for City. Can't see it anywhere.
No. I can't either. Like you see here, Gavin Morgan saying Klopp speaking highly tonight about Slot. I'll have to send me that, mate, so I can have a look at Gary Richards, Liverpool will be champions. Gavin reckons the next 2 games are looking tricky. Oh, we got Newcastle and Everton. Yeah.
Everton, yeah.
Gary Richards, sell Jota in January. Slot, take the handbrake off. I like how we are right now, Gary. We've got the best defense in Europe, or one of the best defense in Europe. So I like how we're playing right now.
But saying that, and I know that this is, I don't usually agree with Carragher. Saying that, we're 1 or 2 injuries away from an absolute disaster. I mean, if we get 2 more injuries in defense, we're in big trouble. Big trouble. So
I agree.
All right, Craig.
I think Carragher sold himself out.
Well, that's another thing for another conversation. I agree with you. I agree with
Sorry.
you, Mark.
I was listening to the radio station today, and a guy phoned up, and he was going on about Liverpool and this, that, and the other, how fantastic we're doing. And I guarantee you, if they put all them season tickets up, then the spirit of Shankly and all this, they're going to get us. The FSG are going to be all out. And I'm sat there thinking, are you really fucking smoking weed or something there? I'm like, what? Dude, he was licking their arse.
Well, I've seen Spirit of Shankly in particular, Gareth Roberts, who I, funny enough, had a run in with there recently, but we've all kissed up and made up. But he's from Spirit of Shankly. He was also from Anfield's rap, and I think he's doing another thing. I can't think, the first tackle or the last tackle or something like that. You'll excuse me if I've forgotten the name, but he's with the Spirit of Shankly, and he's been going on about the ticket prices and what have you.
I've seen that.
Yeah,
we could afford to freeze our season tickets on every game for the next 5 years and still have enough.
Yeah, but my point to him and my point to everyone else that goes on about those ticket prices is, yes, all of the Premier League are doing it, bar I think one, I think that's Crystal Palace. But I think it's Crystal Palace. It might be someone else. But it's down to the owners and how they, so I won't go on about it. But
it's 60 quid for a kid's ticket at Old Trafford as well, isn't it? For a baby's ticket, 3-year-old.
I don't know.
Disgusting, it really is.
Well,
I did see that.
Sorry, Adam or Sean. Haven't they they're thinking of something? Is it for the championship next season or by 2030? Sorry, about the 3 p.m. blackout games as being lifted.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. The only reason why they're doing that is because of what's been going on.
All right, Diggs, BTW7.
What's up?
But I definitely think we need. I don't know whether we're going off the topic a bit, but I definitely think we need some signings in January.
Yeah, there's a couple in the chat. I'm going to have a look at in a minute. I'm just trying to find. There was a clip of the ticket thing you were just on about. I'm trying to find it now. I did have it.
Okay.
There. I've got it here. I'll just find how I'd do this again, because there's a way where you can, shouldn't probably say this, where you can download videos off of Twitter and just save it. So I'm doing that now.
Hey Sean, I took the risk on that video you sent me last night. I thought I'm going to open it because there's no kids here. So,
oh, I love those.
I can't open nothing from you.
What's this here? Gavin says Jota out, Mamouche in. Nah, I could maybe. I think Mamouche is having a bit of a one season. This is his best season ever. So let's wait.
Did you see the passion of bloody Nunes yesterday?
We
showed that clip
on the video.
Yeah. I was quite surprised with the effort Gomez put in. And I can't stand him, but you know what? Fair play to him. He was really good.
What else we got here? Gavin says Zubamendi, Mamouche with Kerekes in January. Is that in January? I don't think that you'll get that in January, mate. I don't think you'll get that.
Wishful thinking there.
Craig, French defender, out for a while. Yeah, I saw something where Slots turned around and said he doesn't expect Bradley or Kanate to come back until next year now.
It's not
so they're
far.
both out
We haven't
for a
got far to wait, really, have we? We are in December.
True.
Still.
Alternative FM said he'd bring Mamouche in January as well. Guy Richards, Darwin will score the title-winning goal. He absolutely loves Darwin, does Gary? I love that Gary about you, mate.
Yeah, he's got a little. I've got a little soft spot for Darwin now. Remember the criticism he give him, but since he's been away with whoever it was it Uruguay?
Yeah,
yeah, he's come back as a totally different person.
I think so.
I think. Sorry. Craig said Trent is becoming a much better defender. Yeah, I think let's get a bit more of a sample of it. Let's get a bit more of a sample.
Yeah, here's for Craig Lennox. They're so happy for Kelly. He's been good. Would you put Allison back in as soon as he's fit? I wouldn't. I'd let Allison. I'd let him earn it now.
Yeah, I think I'd leave it with Kelleher for a bit. Hey up, Diggs. I wonder if that's the NFL player.
Sorry, Adam. Did you say that you have a clip of Trent?
Not of Trent, no, but there was something that was I've got that other clips downloaded now. There was something that I saw that people were talking about. Don't know how true it is about him basically not putting up anything before the Madrid match and then putting it up and not putting it up after the Madrid match, but then he did it for the City game. And he does it for every other game as well. Make of that what you will, I suppose. But that video clip about the tickets is actually it's uploading now. So as soon as that's come through, I'll play that. So Cranky JG said, sell the new keeper, keep Kelleher and Allison, let Kelleher take the number 1 shirt. I think he's earned it.
Yeah,
that ain't gonna happen. Wishful thinking, mate. Wishful thinking.
What? Yeah, you're not going to bring in a goalkeeper to sell him. So I think. Yes, Gemma.
Boys, look at this. What my wife just made me.
I can't see, man.
Oh no, we won't show you. It's got background on.
Yeah. I think keep Kelleher. If Allison has to go, then let him go, and then keep Mohamed Ashvili. And that's the way it's looking at the moment.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go off camera while I eat my food, but I'm still here.
Yeah, dude.
I
don't want to be seeing you eating.
I'll mute him as well. What's this? Liverpool will put out an interesting lineup against Accrington, Tyler Morton, Jaros, Endo, Niwane, and Elliott. Yeah, I could see that happening. Yeah. £60, I guess that's about the tickets, is a lot, which it is. Richard the Red, how would you want Liverpool to sign? Or who would you want Liverpool to sign? Who would I want Liverpool to sign?
All three of us. So I think that question is for all three of us.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think we need. It depends on the contracts. Right. So if we've still got everyone we've got now, I reckon we need a number 6 still to come in and compete with Gravenberch. Because can you imagine if he got injured now and we're stuck with Endo? Can you imagine? We need someone to come in to compete with him. We need
centre back or left back.
Do we need a centre back though?
A centre back that can play in the left back position. Inacio. I keep saying Inacio. I'd like to see him.
I mean, what centre backs have we got right now? We've got Van Dijk, Kanate, Kwanzaa, Gomez. So you got 4. So you're going to bring somebody. If we lose Gomez as well, so you got 3. Yeah, if you lose Gomez, you bring another one in. So you got the 4 again. And then obviously if you lose Shimikas or Robbo, maybe someone who could play on the left as well, who can play cover centre back, so they've got enough game time between them. That's not a bad shout.
The thing is, though, I think Robbo over the last 2 games, the Real Madrid and the City game, I thought he played very well. I thought he played very, very well.
Yeah, he played all right. Yeah, he's played really good compared to what he has done in the previous months. Other than that, I can't really think of anybody else. What I'd want to bring in right now. So yeah.
Bond says number 6, a centre back. a number 6 in the centre back for me.
Yeah. Richard the Red said, nice to see Darwin channeling his energy the right way. Yep, that's the way you do it. That's the way you do it. Ricky, think we're being harsh on Jota. Last 2 injuries he has had involve 6-foot+ players falling on him.
Yeah,
that's true. It's true, but it's still the injury. It's still injury. I don't know.
Well, now, in fairness, I didn't say anything about Jota. I like Jota. I would have kept him, to be honest with you. Yes, the last injury wasn't down to him at all. But like, if you're asking who would you get rid of, Jota or Nunes, it's a tough call.
Gavin says again that he'd take Zubamendi with Mamouche in January. Craig, happy for Kelleher. He's been good. Yeah, I don't see how Alisson gets into the team right now. Just don't see it. Scott, we'll get the free extensions done. That's about it. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Bon, loads of games in December over the Xmas period. Yeah, we've got shitload of games coming up, mate. Gary Richards, sign Vlahovic to replace Jota. I don't think we'd get that in, mate. Allison said the other day he intends to stay until his contract is up, then he wants to go back to Brazil. I've also seen that he said that he would go to Saudi if the right offer came in. He has said that as well, so we'll have to wait and see. Watch Timber of Feyenoord. He's brilliant. Quinton Timber. Yeah, he was linked to us in the summer because of the whole slot thing. Maybe one to watch, I guess. You've done that one already. Guy Richards, Jaden Dan's as second striker when Jota goes. It's too early. Too early for him. Hikape. Yeah, I think you mentioned that one earlier, Seano.
No, I said Inacio.
Sorry, mate.
Frank Carlisle, by the way, make sure you all subscribe to Frank. Frank Carlisle keeps mentioning him. He swears by.
Looks like Dominic playing more back of the midfield. Yeah, I guess he's putting a lot of pressure in. Alternative says that the Feyenoord Timber is good. Yeah, he's the brother of Justin Jurien Timber. Sorry, not Justin, Jurien Timber.
Justin Timberlake.
Richard the Red, Osherman on a free. Yeah, Osherman is available at the end of the year on a free transfer. He is available. No, I think he'd want too much money. And then Craig, are we all playing Boxing Day again? Yeah, probably. I think we are. We always have a Boxing Day game, don't we? So probably. I'll play that clip about the tickets before we go on to the Salah stuff. We'll wait for Martin to come back for that. So here we go.
Liverpool could freeze ticket prices and season tickets for the next 5 years and still win the Premier League in every one of those 5 years.
What do you mean by that?
I think there's an element of we're being slightly gaslighted almost by our clubs a little bit in the league, that they need to put up the prices every single season. And this season, every club bar Crystal Palace put the prices up. At my club, it's the second season running that they put the prices up. They don't need to do that. It's the richest league in the world. The TV deals, unbelievable. The sponsorship deals are unbelievable. Liverpool's just had a year of record revenue from deals off the pitch, nothing to do with fans. So reward that, like, let us be part of it. Like, we're here being passionate fans, turning up week in, week out, going away from home, doing whatever. Stop ripping us off, stop exploiting our loyalty. And I'm talking about Liverpool here, but I think pretty much every club in the league could do it.
I don't even know if that's a hot take, because I think everyone agrees with you.
It's so true. It's such a valiant thing to say. It was very noteworthy what Aston Villa did in their Champions League games. People were aware of that. But it's happening everywhere. Like, Chelsea created a £5,000 ticket for one match. Like, it's disgusting. It's genuinely disgusting.
What's your thoughts on that, Sean?
I agree with him. But I mean, I said that to Spirit. Well, I've been saying it towards Spirit of Shankly for quite some time. I had been saying it when I was doing Fenway. We come out to pay with Martin and Lee and John and all of them. We had mentioned that this was going to happen. And although the £77 ticket didn't happen, we have seen gradual increases. And not only is that, outpricing people out of the game, you also then have the club then promoting other companies that are charging an arm and a leg to get over to Anfield for a game. The ballots is just, it's, you might as well be, you know, pissing in the wind and hope that you get some sort of a splashback. It is next to impossible to get any tickets from the ballot, and it's pathetic. If you join an official group, an official club that is recognized by the club, they are getting less and less and less tickets as the years go by. So it is virtually fucking, pardon my language, it's almost not worth it. Yeah, it's almost not worth even being a supporter or in a supporters group, either locally or on the website. It's just, you know, it's all about points, and then like how do you gather up these points if you don't get picked? Do you know what I mean? So, you know, the locals are complaining that they've been priced out of it. Myself and my friend went over with Champions Travel, and for a day trip they wanted to charge us €1,400 for a day trip.
Scandalous. For
a day trip. And what that day trip consists of was in Brodie's Lounge, in the Anfield Road, which has fallen apart. The Anfield Road hospitality, where you got a program, you got a few drinks free, you got a meal. It was like sweet and sour chicken, nothing to write home about, and you got a free program. And there was a Liverpool legend walking about the place. The Liverpool.
Did you ever say who that legend was?
Michael Thomas.
Yeah, you did.
Michael Thomas.
It's disgusting, mate. It really is. Like, I've had the conversation with Scott a couple of times. Like, I hope I'm not ruining something you're doing, Scott, on your channel, on your podcast. Sorry, but you did mention something about my thoughts on the current state of play with the game and everything like that. And I sent you some over, basically saying, you know, that how I feel about it. And I just think it's becoming a sport now. Well, it's not even a sport anymore. It's a business. Like, it's supposed to be the working class people's sport. And it's just lost it. We've lost that part of the people's game, shall I say, if that makes sense. And like you're saying, Sean, all they're bothered about now is just making fucking money. And I think there's a few people in the comments down below that are saying a few things about this, like Gavin there, we're just a cash cow now. We are.
But I mean, you know, I'm not going to be totally anti-FSG and say that it's just FSG. It's the majority of them, excluding Crystal Palace. But the one thing that I will say to you is that Boston Red Sox fans were given out about John W. Henry's comments at a Boston Red Sox press conference, where he says, you know, in order to be able to afford baseball players, we got to increase the prices of tickets, and they all booed him. They all said, well, you've got to you know, produce something on the pitch for it to be worth our while to go to these matches, or, you know, and that was kind of the general consensus there. But I mean, they have been given out about Fenway Sports Group for a long time. Fenway Sports Group have been, I think, if they had got the Super League, they wouldn't have put up the prices, or they wouldn't have put them up as much. There's been a couple of opportunities that they have tried to take to cut costs from their point of view, but also increase costs from our point of view. And it's, I mean, I know Frank Carlisle was trying to get his granddaughter and himself and his daughter over. And I mean, he's only down the road from Anfield to actually see Liverpool versus Real Madrid or one of the games, and he couldn't get them.
Yeah.
You know, so it's crazy. You see,
1 minute, Sean, I'm gonna have to go. That parcel's here, mate.
Yeah, no bother. Well, I'll continue to talk. So you also have guys, I don't know whether you've heard of it, you with United, they're I think reducing the amount of disabled spots so that they can increase the cost of the tickets for able-bodied people. Let's just put it that way, which I think is absolutely disgraceful as well. It's absolutely disgraceful. I'll just go through the comments anyway. So Scott says, happening at every club, sad to see. Alternate FC says £5,000 ticket. That's mental by Chelsea. 5,000. Craig says the league should set full prices, and also we just build a new stand. I agree. They're gaslighting expert FSG. Let me see. Gavin says FSG need the funds to give their star baseball player with their multi-million contracts. Exactly. Craig says especially us over the pound to come. Yeah. Gavin says we're just a cash cow. Craig says it's not really good to join these clubs. It's not really good to join those clubs Dan. Gary says disgraceful. They should charge 500 at least. Well, I mean, I remember going off on actually it was an overnight stay, Liverpool versus Southampton. It was the last season that we had Coutinho, and the last season that Southampton had Virgil. It was in November or October of that year, and we then got what's his face, Virgil then in the January, and it was 395 each. 395 each, and that was staying in the John Lennon Airport Hotel and flights accommodation, ticket, coach to and from the match. 395. Now you wouldn't even get that for a day trip. Just for an ordinary game, you wouldn't get that for a day trip, which is an absolute disgrace. Strong rumor. Ricky says, strong rumor you've appeared on a podcast. Whose podcast was it again? Is that Scott's one? Yeah. Scott, can you give me the name of your podcast again? I keep forgetting it. Is everybody there? Richard the Red says financially disabled after ticket prices. Absolutely. Guys, I don't know whether you can hear me or not. Can you give a thumbs up or something? Hello. Yeah, so Scott has said SC Health and Fitness Podcast. So please check that out, ladies and gentlemen. SC Health and Fitness Podcast. Really, really good podcast. You know, he had me on, and I'm not exactly, you know, the most healthiest of people. Ricky says, yeah, I knew Seano was taking the piss. Remember when Adam used to mention about 5 times? Yes, I do. Yeah. Okay, glad to see. So, I mean, what are your thoughts about the ticket prices? Or have any of you joined Spirit of Shankly to raise, you know, this issue about the ticket prices? Or do you feel that it's a waste of time? Have any of you been members of Spirit of Shankly? What do you think about them? I'll be truthful. I was a member of Spirit of Shankly, but I left them. I didn't really find them all that useful, to be honest with you. But it's good to see the likes of Robbo coming out, and Robbo Hutton, I think his name is. But it's good to see him come out and say his piece. Evening, Garrett, how are you? No, you're not late for the quiz. We're just waiting on Adam to come back into it. He's just got a delivery there. So Ricky says, health and fitness, Scott, do you talk about strength and conditioning by any chance? That is my baby right there. He does, in fact, talk about that. Yeah, he talks about that a lot. There's many elements to his podcast. It's really good. Gary says, PS, an advanced ticket on Avanti to Lime Street is £17. Plus ticket is about 90 if you can get a ticket. Yeah. Well, I mean, I remember going on to ticketgum.com, and what they will do is they will send you out a ticket, okay? But the ticket is actually season ticket holder, so you have to post it back. So there are season ticket holders selling their tickets to the likes of Ticketgum, who are overcharging fellow Liverpool fans. So that needs to be clamped down on as well. You know, it doesn't help the situation, and then you have these companies profiteering from it, and the club are well aware of this and are promoting them, which is a disgrace. What about the locals working class? Yeah. Streamlabs, I know as much as you do on it, Gareth. It's lucky for me. I don't have to worry about these things. It's Adam that deals with that. Ricky says, brilliant. Would love to have a chat with you about that, as I train people and love sports science and all that. Yeah, Scott would be amazing with that. You should check him out on Instagram, and I'm sure he'll have you on the show. But make sure you all check it out. Scott says, I am a member of Spirit, or I was a member of Spirit of Shankly, but I left about a year ago or so. Dare I ask why? I know my reasons why. Bon says, I have no interest in going to Anfield anymore. It's not worth the money. Where you're Irish, Bon, aren't you? So I mean, you have the same issue as I do.
Sorry about
that. You're okay. You're very welcome to SKM Live.
Nah, I apologize for that.
So what's this delivery that you're saying that you're going to put on?
Oh, it wasn't that. It was someone else. I thought my T-shirt basically for the boxing was supposed to come in.
Very good. Very good.
It's not.
Did you order it? Did you?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I thought it was that, but it's not.
Wait a minute. Did you get? I think you got two tops, because I got an order in. Was that
one for me and one for me and one for Mrs. Yeah.
Okay. Good stuff.
What's this?
So we've got Ricky might be going on to Scott's podcast, having a chat.
Oh, sick! Nice one.
Because Scott or Ricky trains people, and he loves sports science and all of that. So
yeah. Let's see. I'm just trying to catch up on all this. So get going, guys. I'll give that a listen. I think Ricky I could get him on here as well at one point, Ricky.
Yeah.
You've messaged me before about that, lad. So we'll get you on here.
So, like we were just talking
even
about,
in cop-out, sorry.
I was just reading down through the comments there, Adam. So I think we're up to date with most of what was said, but we're just kind of talking about ticket prices and people joining Spirit of Shankly.
Yeah,
and obviously the Boston Red Sox have had a bit of an issue, you know, with how John W. Henry looks at things from their perspective. So I think, you know, if you look at what's happening in Boston, it's happening over here, but they're not the only ones. You know,
no, they're not. I think before we even go any further now, mate, I think we're probably going to have to get ready for the world famous Seano quiz, as that we're scheduled to do that in a couple of minutes. So
yeah,
if everybody is ready for the world famous Seano quiz, we'll get that sorted out right now. I'm just going to change this layout actually while we're live, because it's pissing me off how small we are on the screen when it's just the two of us. So I've changed the box size.
Oh, is that why the box have just come out there and we're just okay.
So I'm making us a little bit bigger just to fit in these bigger boxes because I think that's a bit better on the eyes, I think, in my opinion anyway. I know you probably don't really care, but I do. Cool. So that's it. Right, guys. So we got to play, obviously, this. Are you ready? In fact, Sean, are you ready to go?
No, I haven't done the questions yet. No, I have. I am. I'm ready.
Right, guys, it's time for the world's famous Seano quiz. And I am going to have to type this up on the computer, the answers and the people who get it right, because I don't have a pen and paper with me right now. If I remember rightly, Seano, is the current people right now are Bon, Copites, and Mighty Reds, 97?
Yeah, Mighty Reds, 97.
Yeah. So right then, we'll get...
They're in the grand final. Now, just to advise people, I'm going to answer you... I'm going to ask a bunch of questions. I want them answered immediately. The first three to get the question correct get 1 point. Okay. If we have, let's say, less than 2 people or less than 3 people getting the question right, we'll do a little timer and then count down, and then we'll go on to the next one.
Yeah, I've got that as well. Good shout, reminding me that I completely forgot I'd made that.
You like that? So the winner of this then goes on to the grand finale, and they will face Copites of Anfield, Garrett Turner, Bon, and Mighty Reds 97. So this should be very, very interesting. So this will be at the end of the season. The winner or the winners will come together in a grand tournament. The Masters, the winners of the winners. So yeah, I'm sure we can get some little prize for them and what have you. We already have designed actually a little trophy.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna like that. You're gonna like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Again, I'll hand over to you, mate, if you're ready to go. If you want to just send me the answer and that, I'll get ready.
Okay. So have you a pen and paper handy there?
I'm just going to type it up on my Word document.
Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Question number 1. So this question is about the FA Cup in 85-86. So the question to number 1 is, who did Liverpool beat in the semi-final? Who did Liverpool beat in the semi-final? Was it A, Fulham, B, West Ham, or C, Southampton? Was it A, Fulham, West Ham, B, or C, Southampton?
So many people are using Alexa right now.
So A, Fulham, B, West Ham, C, Southampton. Who did we beat in the semi-finals of FA Cup 85-86?
I'm going to play the countdown.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10, 9, 8, 7,
Sorry,
6, 5, 4.
Cut it. Right, done. I'll put the.
First of all, is that Donald Trump that's saying that?
I've no idea. I just typed in a countdown thing on Google and downloaded it.
So the answer to it was C, Southampton.
So nobody got that right.
We bet them 2-0 after extra time. Now. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So question number 2, again, it's an FA Cup 85-86. Okay, so FA Cup 85-86. Who scored for England? Or sorry, who scored for Liverpool in the semi-final? Who scored for Liverpool in the semi-final? Was it A, Kenny Dalglish? Was it B, Ian Rush? Or was it C, Jan Molby? Was it A, Kenny Dalglish, B, Ian Rush, or C, Jan Molby? Who scored for Liverpool in the semi-final against Southampton? Okay. Are we doing the countdown? Oh, no, we do. So the answer to that indeed was B, Ian Rush. He scored twice. So from what I can see, and correct me if I'm wrong, Richard the Red got that. Ricky Shah, first of all, said Allied Irish Bank, but then he says B. And then Ray Donnelly. Would I be correct in saying that? You're muted.
Yep.
There you go. Okay.
Sorry, I was saying it. I've been talking. I was like, why is he still asking me? Yes, Ricky, the second place. You're warming that seat up already, pal.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So it is question number 3. Who is Liverpool's longest serving manager? Who is Liverpool's longest serving manager? Is it A, Tom Watson, B, Bill Shankly, or C, George Kay? Who's Liverpool's longest serving manager? Is it A, Tom Watson, B, Bill Shankly, or C, George Kay?
Ooh.
3, 2, 1.
Start again.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There we go.
Oh, good old Donald Trump. Do you want to
You actually think it's Donald Trump?
It sounds like Donald Trump. So the answer to that was A, Tom Watson. And he was manager 1896 to 1915. So there
We
you
got
have
Ricky and Ray for that.
just Ricky and Ray.
That's it.
Sounds like a bloody boy band, that does. Ricky and Ray. Okay. Now, so question 4. So this is the FA Cup 73-74. Question 4. Who did Liverpool beat in the final of the FA Cup 73-74? Was it A, Chelsea? Was it B, Newcastle? Or was it C, Manchester United? Was it A, Chelsea, B, Newcastle, or C, Manchester United?
3, 2, 1.
Okay. Have we got the emojis up?
Yep.
So the answer to that, ladies and gentlemen, was B, Newcastle. So I think we've got Gavin and Ray. Gavin and Ray. Sounds like a fucking Gavin Stacey program. Okay. Aye, mate. Okay, so question number 5. Which player has played the most games for Liverpool? Which player has played the most games for Liverpool? Is it A, Ian St. John? Is it B, Ron Yates? Or C, Ian Callaghan? A, Ian St. John. Ron Yates is B. And C, Ian Callaghan.
There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, I didn't need too much in that one. That is correct. We have C, and I think we have Gavin, Ricky, and
Gareth.
Oh yeah, sorry, Garrett as well.
Okay.
Geez, I didn't think I had the answer to that. This one here. Okay. So question number 6. Who was the first Liverpool player to lift the FA Cup? Who was the first Liverpool player to lift the FA Cup? Was it A, Roger Hunt? Was it B, Billy Little? Or C, Ron Yates? Who was the first Liverpool player to lift the FA Cup? A, Roger Hunt, B, Billy Little, or C, Ron Yates?
Ooh.
Who?
I think that we'll do the countdown, shall we?
I think we shall.
Well, we've got it. No, we've got it. I think
We've got it. Okay. So the answer to that is, if you want to do the emojis.
Yep, done it.
The answer to that is C, and that's Ron Yates. And that was in 1965 when they bet Leeds after extra time 2-1.
That one we had Gavin, Ricky, and Ray again.
Very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Okay. So question number 7. This is going to be this will be a tough one. Question number 7. Substitutions were first introduced for the 1965-66 season. Who was Liverpool's first substitute ever used? Was it A, Bobby Graham? Was it B, Alf Arrowsmith? Or C, Jeff Strong? Was it A, Bobby Graham, B, Alf Arrowsmith, or C, Jeff Strong? The first Liverpool substitute. Garrett is having a mare. They're tough questions, Garrett. I mean, give yourself a break. You're already a winner.
And do the countdown.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so the answer to that was indeed C, Jeff Strong.
So we have Ricky, Richard the Red.
There you go. That is one hell of a question. Okay. So question number 8. How many games were remaining when Liverpool clinched their last title, the Premier League title? How many games were remaining when Liverpool clinched the title?
Have you given the multi?
Sorry, was it A, 6? Was it B, 7? Or was it C, 8? I almost totally went blank there. Was it A, 6? Was it B, 7? Or was it C, 8? Bon, I'll let you have another crack at the whip there. So was it A, 6, B, 7, or C, 8?
Very interesting.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So the answer to that, ladies and gentlemen, just put in the emoji.
Done.
The answer to that was B, 7.
Yep, we only had Ricky get that right.
Okay, well done, Ricky. I mean, they're tough. They're tough questions. I mean, you know, you don't get that anywhere else. They tell you what. You don't get that anywhere else. Sorry, that's 9, not 8. Okay. So question number 9. Question number 9. When were floodlights installed at Anfield? When were floodlights installed in Anfield? Was it A, 1945? Was it B, 1953? Or was it C, 1957? When were floodlights installed at Anfield? Was it A, 1945, B, 1953, or C, 1957?
Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So the answer to that, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to put the emojis.
Yep.
The answer to that was C, 1957. 1957. So I think Gavin was straight in ahead there, like swimwear, and then shortly after that,
Ricky.
Oh, this is going to be a tough one. This one. Oh. So this is the final, the final, as Roy Keane would say. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So question number 10. This is the last question. The last question. So are we all ready?
Yep.
What are Jamie Carragher's middle names? What are Jamie Carragher's middle names? Is it A, William Harry? Is it B, Lee Duncan? Or is it C, Alex Adam? So what is Jamie Carragher's middle names? Is it A, William Harry, B, Lee Duncan, or C, Alex Adam.
Do you know, it's so weird, like, look, getting the answer from you and then like having to like listen to the question as well.
It's so difficult. It's not even funny.
Right, we've got it anyway.
Have we got it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually very, very surprised. So you want to do the emoji? Okay, so the answer is, in fact, B, Lee Duncan. Jamie Lee Duncan Carragher. There you go. So we have Ricky Shad that got that. And we have Cop Bites of Anfield that have it as well. And Richard the Red, as far as I can see.
Yeah.
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. And so ends a fantastic quiz, I must say.
Yeah, I've got it all added up already. We've got a clear winner, and I think it's the highest score we've had from anybody so far.
Wow. Okay.
So
can I just ask, out of 10, what have they got?
8.
Oh wow. Okay. Mighty impressive. So do you want to then tell us?
So in last place we've got a reigning champion, Gareth Turner. He finished last. But you're still in the champions of champions, mate. You're still there.
The champions of champions. That can be taken from you, Gareth.
Then we had Richard the Red with 3. In joint second, we had Ray and Gavin, both had 4. So the out-and-out winner this week is Ricky with 8, who normally comes in second place all the time.
Finally, he makes it, and in great fashion indeed. So we've got Garrett Turner, aka Cop Bites of Anfield.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Bon, and we have Mighty Reds.
Yep.
That's incredible, guys.
Yeah,
incredible.
Incredible, guys. Incredible. Again, everyone's gonna get a chance to jump in and probably be in the champions of champions come the end of the season. So keep it going. Obviously, we're back again next Monday, guys.
Ricky's delighted with fucking get in.
So thanks for that, Sean. Mate, I appreciate doing that all the time, mate. I know it probably don't take a lot of time to. Well, it probably takes a lot of time to do it, to put it together and everything like that. So I appreciate it, mate.
No, appreciate. Well, look, I love doing it. I mean, it does take a good bit, but I did a bit of research, and I think it's probably the best quiz we've done, or best quiz I've been part of. I know Seano's world famous quiz was somewhere else, but I think this is better done. I think I've learned by my mistakes on some of them, because I remember asking how many or who's got the most, what goalkeeper has the most caps, and I think I put in the wrong answer, and I put in Peter Cech or something, and everyone had a good
Ricky's
laugh.
just done a knee slide.
He's done a knee slide into the kitchen.
Richard Red, everyone's a winner for taking part in the quiz. No losers here. Gavin loves this channel. And then Ricky, cheers, Copites. And then they're both just laughing at what Ricky said. So guys, we're going to go into the last segment of this channel, which is we're going to talk about Mo Salah. So there's been an article that's come out on The Athletic, which we're going to leave till last. And then we're going to
come on. For fuck's sake, man.
God. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, yeah, Martin got 10 out of 10. Of course he did. Yeah. Because he's probably looking at the private chat.
Exactly.
Miss Scoozy, you missed it, mate. You got to be at 8 o'clock. You got to be at 8 o'clock. So, the Mo Salah stuff. So, we'll go through some of this in the build up to it. We've got this to look for first. So, I found these stats, which are on Sky and on Twitter and that. So, the top one here is basically a breakdown of what Salah is doing under Slot and what he was doing under Klopp. So his goals have gone up by 0.2. His goal involvement is gone up by a fair bit. His shots on target is risen by like, what's that, 11%? That doesn't sound like a big number, but it is in terms of, the footballing way of things. And his dribbling has also gone up by 9%, successful dribbling. On the negative side of that, if you want to say this, his attacking stats have gone up, but his physical stats have gone down under Slot. So under Klopp, he was doing 12 pressures in the final third. He's only doing 10 under Slot. His runs, he did 27 under Klopp. He's doing 21 under Slot. Acceleration, 80 under Klopp, 71 under Slot. And his sprints were 17 under Klopp and 15 under Slot. Now, them numbers may not seem like a big difference in the longs, because only like 2 sprints in between, but they're averages. So, it could be more or less over different games, but that's the average of what he's done per 90 minutes under both managers. Any of that surprise you, Seano?
No, not really. I mean, as the old saying goes, the proof is in the pudding. I think we've seen a new lease of life. He didn't exactly have the greatest of seasons last season, compared to, I suppose, his own standards. I think he's played extremely well this season, and show Mo the fucking dough. Show Mo the dough.
Exactly. See you later, Gareth. Gareth's dropped off now. Well done, Gareth.
Well done. Well done. They can never take that. You were the first winner of Seano's world famous quiz, now exclusive AKM. The reboot. I like that. The reboot. The relaunch and the reboot.
So that was yesterday. I've also got some quotes from Salah as well, some new quotes regarding his contract. I don't know if you've seen these, Seano. So he basically asked on his contract situation, he said, honestly, it's in my head. Until now, this is the last Man City game I will play for Liverpool. So I was just going to enjoy it. I will enjoy every second here. Hopefully, we just win the league and we will see what happens. What do you think about that?
Even the dogs in the background are upset by that. What else can he say? I mean, he's damned if he does and he's damned if he doesn't. Do you know what I mean? The media attention on him is massive right now. And the only person that isn't really saying anything is Trent, which I don't know how he gets away with, to be honest with you. I don't know why they're not asking him that question, whether maybe they're resigned to the fact that they are going to lose him to Real Madrid. But, obviously the pressure is on Mo to say something, and the pressure is on Richard Hughes to get out the checkbook and start doing something. But I think that's, in terms of what he said, I think that's all you can really say. I don't think there's anything all that particularly wrong with what he said. I just think he's just playing for the moment and just playing for his teammates, and that's what he wants to do. So, he's shown his commitment.
Yeah. Gavin said here that sentence until now could signal a breakthrough, could be close. Yeah, maybe, potentially. We'll have to just wait and see what happens, I guess, mate. I did miss one last bit off here. So in 20 games this year, Salah's had 13 goals, 11 assists. Oops.
Not bad, huh?
Not bad at all there, mate. At all. Not bad at all. So what I want to just finish this off with is going through this article from the... why is that all knackered all of a sudden?
What?
The frame's that right. Why has that done that? I don't know. Oh, well. It seems to have knackered itself up for some reason. See, we go straight back into there, but why did we do that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It
doesn't matter. So, in fact, that's going to piss me off, is that? We'll just go back to this. We'll leave that there. We'll put this up. So what I'm going to do, guys, while you all just admire Liverpool's November and October there, I'm just going to go through this article on The Athletic. Obviously, I can't read it out verbatim, word for word, because it is a paid thing. But anyway, so to start this off with, Seano, Mo Salah is ready to accept a new one-year contract at Liverpool. A one-year extension. FSG need waste no more time. This really is a no-brainer. In a week when Liverpool beat Real Madrid and Manchester City to continue a dream start to the season, Salah's contract situation continues to cast a cloud. It all feels so unnecessary. Salah has made it clear. If you want to stop me at any point as well, Sean, just let me know. Salah has made it clear his priority is to stay at Liverpool. He said as much in his short interview with reporters after the Southampton game. But while the club remain insistent that talks are positive and ongoing, Salah clearly doesn't feel the same way. His numbers so far this season have been exceptional, even by his sky-high standards, 13 goals, 11 assists in 20 matches. He continues to be Liverpool's match winner, grabbing a goal and assist against City. As the contract situation has rumbled on, so much speculation has swirled around Salah and what would he want and what would Liverpool offer and whether a compromise could be reached. Contract length has always been thought to be a potential stumbling block. FSG has always been cautious about offering long-term contracts to players over the age of 30. It is a sensible idea, tying into their sustainable business model, because players getting older, they eventually begin to decline. But Salah is no ordinary 32-year-old. His physical condition is freakishly good, and his numbers are equally so. If anything, his level has gone up compared to recent seasons. If Salah was demanding a 3-year contract, which would take him to 36 years of age, you could understand FSG's reluctance. If his decline kicks in, say, the season after next, FSG would not want a 34-year-old sitting on the bench or the treatment table for 2 years, eating up a sizable chunk of the wage budget. Trying to project Salah's future form and fitness will form part of Liverpool's thinking, where they are trying to decide the best deal for themselves. But a 1-year extension could mitigate any risk. The worst case scenario is that Salah does suffer a dramatic decline next season. All parties can shake hands and can depart on good terms. If he continues to thrive, then Liverpool can have this conversation again in a year's time. Fucking bad idea. It also gives the club extra time to identify the Egyptian successor. The recruitment department has been reconstructed, including the return of Edwards and Hughes, and the departure of Director of Scouting and Recruitment Dave Fowles. It would appear to be the perfect compromise, provided Salah's wage demands are not prohibitive. No club should simply cave into what player demand. Although it is difficult to argue that Salah doesn't deserve top dollar, he has been arguably the Premier League standout player this season and is one of the world's most informed players. He believes he is still approaching his peak and has several years left at the top. I'm nearly at the end of this already. Salah is a unique footballer. Replacing his output and impact on games is a treacherous task, and the cost of the potential transfer fee and wages would exceed any 1-year contract Salah signed. An additional 12-month option could make the most economic sense, but a 1-year deal may also further stoke Salah's desire to prove himself to get another extension. A fired-up Salah, as the Premier League has seen this season, is one Liverpool's opposition should fear. The drawback is a short extension means that these contract games will then start again next year. The disquiet among the supporters, illustrated by Salah's new banner on the Kop, calling for FSG to give him his dough, will return when another decision has to be made. Even so, it feels like the best solution for the short and long term. Help keep Liverpool on course for glory at home and abroad this season, not to mention Salah's own desire to be recognised globally with a Ballon d'Or, while removing the sense of urgency around bringing in his ultimate successor. It feels like everyone would win, so what is FSG waiting for? What are your thoughts on that?
So again, this is just PR bullshit. This is blowing smoke up our ass. I mean, you could look at this. First of all, I don't believe that for 1 minute of Simon Hughes at all. Don't believe that for 1 minute. I reckon Mo Salah wants a 3-year contract. That's what I reckon. And I reckon FSG are just looking to offer him 1-year contract. And I don't think Mo is too happy with that. That's if they have approached him yet, because up until recently, just before the Real Madrid game, or before the Real Madrid, no one had approached him. All right. So this has just recently come out that he's been that he's happy to sign a 1-year contract, which leaves us in the situation that we're in now, where it'll go down to the wire again, and we could lose them on a free. So it makes absolutely no sense. And I think it's Simon Hughes and the Athletic are doing damage control, and are trying to make out that FSG are doing everything in their power, or Edwards and Richard Hughes is doing everything in his power to get Salah to sign a contract. I personally think they haven't approached him yet. I think it's damage control. I don't believe it for 1 minute, and I feel sick to my stomach of reading shite from the Athletic. It's getting worse than the Fenway Echo. I don't think. Yeah, Rami Abbas hasn't said anything either. So, like, I genuinely think that Salah wants to stay for the remainder of his career, his playing career at Liverpool. He wants to beat the records. He wants to be up there, with the greats, and cement his name in Liverpool legacy. He said it years and years ago. He can't see himself with any other club other than Liverpool Football Club. So this 1-year contract bullshit is exactly that. It's utter bullshit. I think he wants a 3-year contract, and there is a possibility that they're only willing to offer him 1. So I think what they will turn around and say, it's not down to the money, it's down to the duration of the contract. They could twist it in several ways. They could say he wanted only 1 year, we were looking to give him 3. So,
I mean,
I don't believe it.
I mean, if you're going off that logic, then surely, if you're only going to give Salah a 1-year deal, you're only going to give Van Dijk a 1-year deal as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's damage control is what that is.
It's kicking the can down the road. It doesn't make any sense to me personally.
The stability of the player. The player wants stability and wants to know where his future lies. He said it that he wants to stay at the fucking club. So I reckon Simon Hughes and the Athletic have had word from the club, from the powers that be. You report this. This is what we're going to offer Mo Salah. And I think you'd want to be careful the game that you're playing at the Athletic, because I think that could come back and bite you in the ass, because Mo has been very open with the media insofar as what the club haven't offered him, and that's they haven't offered him a contract yet, and we're in December now. So it's an out-and-out disgrace that we're still talking about contracts of 3 of the most important players, Trent, Virgil, and Salah. And we're talking about winning the league. We're talking about winning the Champions League, and yet we haven't even sorted out the contracts of these players. Not to mention the players that at the end of this season are going to be down to the last 12 months as well in their contract. So what exactly is Richard Hughes doing apart from buying David Ornstein dinner every 2 seconds? What exactly is Richard Hughes doing?
I mean, I do think that, I don't know if I'm just being gullible here or what, but I have to believe that more is going on behind the scenes than what we're being let on to believe. I just don't. I can't personally believe and think that we've gone all this time and they've not done anything. And that's why me and you have that difference of opinion, where you don't think anything's happened and I think that Salah used a different terminology. But that, I like having that difference of opinion. It's fine. But
Well, let's just examine that, Ben. Let's just examine that. So he said we're nearly in December. No one has approached him.
No, he said I've not been offered a contract.
I've not been offered a contract.
He did,
Okay.
but that doesn't mean that they've not been speaking about it. A contract for me, a contract offer is them going, right, this is what we're going to give you, and then we're offering you that. But talks is them going, what will it take to keep you? Well, this is what we're thinking about, type thing. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
So like if you make comparisons to what Virgil has said and what Salah has said, they haven't offered me a contract. Virgil says talks are ongoing.
Yeah.
Virgil said prior to that, I haven't been approached.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think Virgil's done.
Salah,
I think Virgil's signed. I think he's done already, me. I think he's done. I've got nothing to back that up, but I personally believe that Virgil van Dijk has already signed his new deal.
Okay, but I mean, when you hear what Mo has said,
yeah,
does that sound like a player that has been approached or been offered anything? I don't think it does. And why would he go and say it otherwise?
It's all a game, isn't it? Like, let's just say, for instance,
well,
let's just go down my path a minute. Let's just say they're having talks, yeah. Let's say it's the year thing. Like, let's just say they've got the money sorted out. The money's sorted. It's literally like Liverpool going, right, it's a 1-year deal, and he's like, nah, I want 3. And then they're like, well, no, we're not offering you a 3-year deal, right? Yeah. So then he goes after the game and goes, I haven't been offered a contract, because Liverpool haven't actually officially offered him it. They've had the talks about it, but they haven't offered him it. If that makes sense. I don't know. I
get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but let me throw a spanner in the works and let me just explain to you, right? So why would Salah, like, if let's just say it's down to contract, the length of the contract or the money, right? So the person that does the gaming is not just AKM. The person that does the gaming is Rami Abbas, right? The person that does the contract negotiations is Rami Abbas and Richard Hughes, right? It's not Ernest Sloot and Mo, right? Mo wants to stay at the club. That's a given, right? He said it from the start of the season to December, right? There at the start of the season, he said no one has approached me. Mm-hmm. He's saying that no, I haven't been offered a contract. Now you can offer a contract and turn it down based on the salary, based on the length of the contract. So if that were the case, let's just say he had been offered a contract and he's turned it down based on salary or the length of the contract. He could have easily said, well, it's December now, we're still in talks. Because that would have been a fair reflection of the situation. Now, if you're looking at what he has said and picking apart what he said that a contract has been offered to him, meaning that there hasn't been talks about it. Mm-hmm. That's what I believe.
Because I get that.
He could have easily have said what Virgil said, talks are ongoing.
Mm-hmm.
Because
talks are ongoing. Yeah.
Talks are ongoing.
Yeah. I get that. I personally think that Mo Salah has said something because Rami Abbas has told him to say something.
But you see, then we're falling into that thing where we're falling into the Jamie Carragher way of thinking, the effort or the PR spin that they like to kind of throw at us. That, oh, you know, Mo Salah shouldn't be distracting other players and talking about his contract, blah 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 blah. I mean, I think it's safe to say, and I think most people on the chat would agree with this, that the business from the summer to now has been piss poor. We're
Agreed.
talking about contracts. We haven't even talked about possible leads, possible targets coming in, and we're just in December. That should be talked about. That
I
should
agree.
be talked about at the start of December. The first thing that Richard Hughes should have fucking done when he got the job was after the Euros and after whatever, he should have after international duty, he should have said, right, Mo, although I'm new here, I know only too well your impact on the squad. You're an amazing player. We want to keep you.
Mm-hmm.
What do you and your agent want? And let's negotiate. That's what he should have done, right? Now, I'm not saying bend over and take it and give him just everything he wants. I'm not saying that, and he's not the type of player that demands that, right? He didn't do that with Virgil. He didn't do that with Trent. Now, Trent is probably thinking to himself, here's my boyhood club who haven't bothered their arse approaching me or even speaking to me about a contract. And there's my boy Jude in Spain, Real Madrid, kicking it up, wanting me to join. I think I might join him. So that's where we're at Liverpool at the moment. Richard Hughes, no matter how much David Ornstein wants to force it, has done fuck all at the club. Done fuck all. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what his peers say or people in that little world of his of sporting directors, and they all take the hat off them. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit how long he's been at the job. When you're in the world of football, right? And I don't need to have played football. I don't need to be a sporting director or do contracts. I know that when it comes up to the end of, or comes up to the last 12 months of a player's contract, you get it done and dusted. You don't even wait 12 months. That should have been done a long time ago. That was the predecessors before him that should have dealt with it. The point is, they haven't dealt with this. Mo is still waiting around, and he's like, all I can do is play football. People keep asking him that question, and I'm sure it's bloody grating on his nerves. What is it that I have to do to get a contract? What is it that I have to do to be approached and get a contract? Imagine offering one of the best players in the world a 1-year contract with the way he's playing.
I know, I get it. It doesn't make sense. Like, I don't agree with this 1-year extension. Like, I'm just going to put that out there right now. I don't agree with it. I think you're kicking the can down the road. We're going to be in the same position this time next year. The only way I would offer him a 1-year deal is if he's got achievable extension requirements in it. So let's say, for instance, we go, right, we're going to give you a 1-year deal, but there's an option for a further year if you hit these certain markers next season or something. Again, it's Mo Salah. He shouldn't have to do that. But I don't know. I'm talking myself out of it as I'm coming up with the idea in my fucking head. I don't agree with it already. So forget that.
I mean, you could look at it you can look at it in so many ways, Adam. The simple point of the matter is, could Edwards and Richards have offered him a year contract, or are they willing to offer him a contract? A 1-year contract? And the answer to that is absolutely, they could offer him a 1-year contract. But like you said, it's leaving the problem to next year. And I mean, at the end of the day, like, what is that 1-year contract? I mean, if we want to get money for getting rid of him, we'd have to sell him next summer. So therefore, he's just going to see out the end of the season. So there is 0 point in this 1-year contract. I think it's just to, shut the fans up, and that's basically it. I don't think it achieves nothing. Absolutely achieves nothing. But it would be typical FSG who aren't willing to offer, a contract to someone in their 30s. I think that it is typical FSG. So I wouldn't be surprised if it is true But to say that Mo Salah is in agreement of it, I don't think is correct. I think he wants to end his playing career at Liverpool, and
Yeah. I mean, before we go into comments, I will end this by disagreeing. I do agree with what you said, that I do think that article's come out because Liverpool want that article to come out.
Yeah.
Like, I agree with what you said there. I do think that they've been fed that like, yeah, we're going to give him a 1 year deal. It's just him, he won't sign it. You know what I mean? Like, I agree with that. Let's just see what people have been saying in the chat while we've been talking. So Martin said that he hates FSG. Abbas saying nothing is interesting. I think we covered that one earlier. Sorry, Gavin. Never thought of that. Never thought of what you said at the time. Muscusi, wouldn't surprise him if all three sign in January. So FSG will say that that's their transfer window done. We've covered that I've covered that in a video on the podcast as well, where that just does not rub with me. It doesn't rub with me whatsoever, because like we're saving money already from players that we've sold and let go over the course of the year. It don't add up. It doesn't add up. That they can't afford it. They've just signed the new deal with Adidas as well. Gavin, formal discussions, then offering a contract if we know he'll accept it. I've seen that playing a thought as well. Kevin De Bruyne has said the exact same thing about his situation at City. Yeah, I forgot that his contract expires at the end of the year. Once it was clear Bellingham deal wasn't being done, Trent head has been in Spain. I won't go maybe as far as that, but I understand.
Yeah, and I agree to a certain degree with that, or I can understand what you're coming from with that, Gavin. But at the end of the day, if we are shrewd businessmen as the FSG pleasers like to make out that they are, they would not have left these contracts run into the last 4 or 5 months of their contract. They can now sign for a club in January and have all that done and dusted, and we don't get a penny for them, not a penny. So
where was we up to? I think I've missed on. Ricky said, I think I've gone past that one. Sorry about that. Did you see what Heitinger's agent said about Hughes? Said when he was negotiating his contract that Hughes was emotionless and hard to work with. Do you think that they've got like targets? Like Hughes and Edwards? Do you think FSG have gone, right, you need to sustain success, but you need to save money in these spots? Do you reckon that?
I don't
KPIs or something. Do you know what I mean?
I don't think FSG are even remotely interested in what is going on or what is being said. I think it's down to Edwards and it's down to Richard Hughes. And nothing surprises me about the comments about Richard Hughes being emotionless and hard to work with. Not only is he hard to work with, he's hard to get work out of.
Yeah,
because he's done fucking nothing at the club. And David Ornstein, I'd love to get David Ornstein on the show. He can wear his Boston Red Sox baseball hat and all. But I'd love to know where he's coming from with all the comments, all the praise that he puts on him. Surely you are only as good as what you do in your current club. He's done fucking nothing. Yeah. Nothing.
You're doing nothing.
You're doing nothing. Actually, probably best not to do.
Oh yeah. My bad. I forgot about that. Accrington Stanley, who are they exactly, Doug? Doug also said that West Ham are charging their fans 120 quid for a ticket to the West Ham for their game on the 29th. Robbing bastards. That's disgusting, is that, isn't it? 120 quid.
Yeah, but I mean, when you're playing big sides, like the cost goes up and up and up and up.
Did they not put a cap on the away tickets? Is that still not on there now? I remember last time
there needs to be a cap full stop on tickets. There needs to be a cap full stop on tickets. That's the only way that you're going to sort it out. So Premier League, there are certain price, home, away, whatever, concessionary or hospitality, have a certain price, because if you're outpricing the fans out of the club, what's the point?
No, yeah, I get Ricky, we've all chased a woman and eventually got bored of chasing. Salah will not bother if Hughes carries on being as useful as a tartan pin.
That's a very good comment.
Gavin, exactly, Sean, I agree. FSG have never cared. They're unhappy if they make top 4. Apparently, the difference money-wise is not much big winning the league and finishing 4th. It's not. It's like 30 million, which doesn't sound. It sounds big to us, but in terms of football, it ain't that big. And then Bond said away tickets were. There was a cap at yeah, there was, and that's what I mean. There was a cap at 30 quid, but I don't know if that's still ongoing. But anyway, before we finish this up, Sean, I just wanted to read some out to you that Gavin sent me earlier about what Klopp has been saying about Slot. I think it's a bit of a positive to finish this off on.
Yeah.
In fact, no. Before we go any further, actually, I want to ask you a question. We've done this a fair bit. Where do you currently stand now with your gut feeling regarding the contracts? Where do you stand?
I think Trent. I still am of the belief that Trent is gone. 110%. I think he's gone. I think there hasn't been any talk out of him. I think he's gone. I'm 110% sure that he's gone. Virgil, I am 70%. No, I wouldn't go so far as that. I'd go 60% sure that he'll stay.
Okay.
60%.
Mm-hmm.
Salah. I'd be 40% sure that he'll stay.
Okay.
I know he wants to stay.
Yeah.
He wants to stay.
We'll come to Ricky in a minute. For me personally, I'm on the same line as you with Trent. I think I'm more inclined to say he's the one that's going to go. I think Virgil's already signed. Again, I can't back that up. I kind of thought that may have been announced already. I feel the more I think about it, the more I am coming round to the suggestion that they are going to make one big announcement on one day that all 3 or 2 of them have signed. They're going to make the announcement for all of them, what's going on the same day. So right now, I think Virgil signed up because the way he answers the questions, he just literally he cuts it off like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. We'll see what happens. Like, I don't know. That to me makes it sound like it's already been decided. I don't know. And then the Salah stuff, he wants to stay. If he wants to stay, so he's going to stay. That's just how I see it. I mean, I'll ask you this question actually. And I'll ask the chat as well. Everyone, I want you all to answer this question. How would you feel if on the same day we get told that Virgil signed, Salah signed, but Trent is leaving? We will not be offering him a new contract. How would that go down?
So you ask that question again?
So imagine you wake up on a morning, you look at your phone, and you see Liverpool big announcement, and it's Virgil van Dijk signs a new 2-year deal. Salah signs a new 2-year deal. Trent won't be signing a deal. He's off. He's on his way.
How would I feel about that? I think there would be a certain amount of fans that would be very happy with that, because I think they're resigned to the fact of losing Trent. I think the majority of people think the Trent is gone anyway. But from a business point of view, we're losing one of the greatest passers of the ball and someone that contributes quite a lot, assists. That's going to be hard to replace, even though we've got Bradley. But if we got Bradley and Bradley's injured, then who do we have? So, I don't want to lose Trent. I'm not happy because of how we have handled ourselves and how we have dealt with the contracts. We do this every fucking year. So I would be, it would be bittersweet, absolutely bittersweet.
Yeah. Got a few responses. He said Bond said he'd be happy if 2 out of the 3 sign. Gavin, the old meatloaf on 2 out of 3 ain't bad. I'm happy as Trent wants to go. And then Ricky, no ideal, but I'm all right. I'll be all right by that. Haven't liked Trent's attitude since all this. More interested in being a brand than a player.
I'm not
I
too
kind
sure.
of, I kind of agree. I kind of agree with the whole. I think I'd be gutted that he's going, but at the same time, I'd be like, we've got Bradley. We've got Moore. We've got Virgil. I think the bit I'd be most gutted about is that Trent never really got his dream, shall we say, of being Liverpool captain. But end of the day, things change, don't they?
I think, you know, if you're making that comparison, though, with, you know, Trent never being captain for Liverpool and never lifting up the Champions League, compare that to Stevie G never lifting the Premier League. And without a doubt, one of the best midfielders to ever grace, you know, Anfield and certainly Premier League. And he should have won a Premier League. But
do you think, if Trent does go as well, another question for you before we get on, does the fact that Trent leaves tarnish what he's done at the club already?
Tarnish what Salute has done at the club?
No, what Trent has done at the club. If Trent leaves, does that tarnish his legacy? And the reason why I'm asking that is because you mentioned Steven Gerrard. Steven Gerrard stayed at Liverpool no matter. He turned down stuff like, we all know that he came very, very, very close to joining Chelsea, but he didn't go eventually. He didn't go. And when he did eventually leave, it was because he was forced out by the owners and by Brendan Rodgers. So what do you think?
Has it ruined his legacy at Liverpool Football Club? You'll get some people that will say it will, but he's won everything at the club. Like everything. So it would be hard to say yes. It really all depends who he joins, and that's a difficult question, Adam, which I'm not too sure how I could even answer it. Okay. You know, as long as he never joined Manchester United like Owen did, you know, I couldn't. Yeah, it's a very difficult question. I don't know. I think we've only got ourselves to blame if he fucking leaves.
Yeah. Sorry, my eyes are itching all of a sudden.
That's all right.
What is it? Gavin says yes, it would. John Henry, he'd do a post saying how much means, which is bollocks. Send him to the 21s. Bon, if Trent leaves on a free, I think he has. Gavin again goes down as Owen in his opinion.
But I think
I get that.
Guys, you got to look at it this way: the contract negotiations has nothing to do with him. If he hasn't been offered a contract, whose fault is that? You know, you've got to use your head there. Whose fault is it? And it's like going back to the whole Simon Hughes article there in the Athletic. Mo Salah, would he really be kicking up a fuss to sign a 1-year contract with Liverpool, or would he be more likely to kick up a fuss over wanting to sign a contract that would have him for the rest of his playing career at Liverpool? That's so. You know, you got to look at what has been communicated by the club and what's not been communicated at the club. The reason why we're in the situation with Trent, with Virgil and Salah is down to the club. He has no say. I mean, if we got a shitload of money for him, you know, at the end of the season, or if we went on a loan, or sorry, if he went on a free, what difference does it make? We still lose him.
Yeah. 1 minute, Charlie. Let me just jump off a minute.
Yeah.
I'll be back in a minute. Hold on.
You just cut me off there. John Henry says Seano dream. They all leave, so we can't. He can blame FSG. Well, of course, they all leave, but I mean, the point is like a football club of our stature should not leave the contracts the way it has. Should not leave it like that. But I don't know whether they have offered him a contract. It looks as though, he hasn't gone out and said anything. So I reckon you're probably going to hear either in December or January that he is not going to be at the club. That's what I reckon will happen. Did you get a delivery?
No, I'd got someone just trying to ring me a few times, so I just answered it.
Oh.
What's this say here? Can't believe Liverpool has not offered Trent a contract. And then I don't think Sean has mentioned that once, John Henry, about allowing all three to leave so he can blame SFG. He's never once mentioned that at all. He's actually even praised FSG during this live. So yeah,
I've never what?
You've never once mentioned that you want all three of them to leave so you can blame FSG.
That's a ridiculous comment to make, John.
Yeah, he's actually, praised FSG tonight.
That's a ridiculous comment to make. Sorry, when I was reading that, it didn't make any sense to me, and now after you reading it, it still doesn't make sense. So you think that if Liverpool lose, right? This is the same James Pearce bullshit that we get. If Liverpool lose, I'm happy because then I can blame FSG. If we lose all three players, I'm happy because then I can blame FSG. I would rather FSG get it right and not to be even talking about the owners. I am a Liverpool fan first and foremost. I couldn't care. I would rather not talk about these owners. But as long as these owners shortchange us, as long as we still get this bullshit of the PR pushers that dumb down the fan base, which unfortunately, John, it looks as though that's the case with yourself, and especially with your username being John Henry. It's a ridiculous comment to say that as a Liverpool supporter, win, lose or draw, you think that I want three of our best players to leave so that I then have the opportunity to blame FSG. Yeah. What a ridiculous comment to make.
Yeah.
Like, does that even make sense to you, John, while you're on there?
Nah. Just leave it, man. So I think what we'll do is now we'll finish up with Gavin's comment here. Richard Hughes is Bournemouth level director. He was the one I was hoping wouldn't get the job. Yeah, I agree. And exactly, Gavin there. Being here all stream, knows what we've been talking about. John's just popped up towards the end. Seano has been fairly balanced all stream. Exactly. Yeah, cool. So I said we'll leave it on a positive, guys. So here we go. Klopp's comments about Slot. Thank you, Gavin, for sending me these earlier on, mate. You've put, well, not you, sorry. Klopp has said that I like his football a lot. You can see he's a very good coach. When I saw the games, I was like, oh, how does it look? The work he does is obvious. The ideas are obvious. That's the best you can say about Arna. What do you think about that?
Well, look, I mean, who's to argue with Jurgen? I mean, it's a fair assessment of where we're at. I was only talking to someone on TikTok. Wait until I get his name because he's a fairly sound bloke. Hold on till I get his name. I think his name is James or something like that. But he said that, like, tactically, Klopp is a better, or sorry, not Klopp. Sloot is a better manager, based off, that there isn't just a plan A, there's a plan B, C, and D, and he's not scared to kind of change it around. We've kind of looked at, or we asked earlier in the season, when is he going to start rotating? We've seen Szoboszlai playing the number 9. We've even seen Diaz playing the number 9. So I think he's managed the team very well. I think he's brought a new vibrant look on it. and I think I think there's a lot of players that should be grateful and thankful for Arne Sloot on how they have kind of revitalized their playing careers. Curtis Jones has played excellent. Gravenberch has been absolutely incredible. You see Mo Salah has been, like absolutely top class. If he doesn't win a Ballon d'Or this year, you might as well write off and boycott the Ballon d'Or because it ain't worth a shite, or anyone that gets it ahead of Mo Salah. You see Kanate, who has played extremely well. Virgil, they all thought that he lost some pace after that horrific tackle and injury that he sustained from the tackle that Pickford made on him. There was a lot of criticism over Robertson. Robertson over the last 2 games has played extremely well. Gomez has played very well. McAllister has been very, very important to us as well. Nunes is kind of getting into his own. So I think, where there was kind of a one style of football with Klopp, I think Arne Sloot has kind of brought his element to the game and to the players. I think he's been extremely well. From tactically, I mean, he had, if you remember against Manchester United, when he was talking about Manchester United's tactics with Roy Keane was like, he couldn't get over how intelligent he was and is. So he's a very, very cool, calculated cat. And I'm delighted with him. I absolutely so I'm glad that Klopp sees what we see. I don't think anyone else, can see that. But maybe I was kind of hoping that Sloot would be shite, so I could blame FSG.
And on that note, I think I'd just finish off on a bit more of a positive thing. Arne Slot has beaten Xabi Alonso, Eric Ten Hag, Carlo Ancelotti, and Pep Guardiola without conceding a single goal.
I mean, if you remember last season, we knew that we were going to concede a goal. We knew that we were going to concede a goal. And it was just a matter of, okay, are we going to have enough in the tank to score 2 more goals or 2 goals so that we can, gain the lead? And that's what it was like, last season. So I think Sloot has slotted in very, very nicely into the Premier League. We're always worried about, players or new managers adapting, which United are going to have that issue with Amarin. But and Ten Hag certainly had it because he never got the full. He won 2 cups. Whoop-de-doo, well done. But he would never fully grasped his idea and what he wanted to implement in the team. The team didn't know what the hell he wanted. Where the players that come on for Liverpool know what Arne wants. And he's incredible. He's incredible. I mean, I'm not going to be tooting his horn yet. He hasn't won anything yet. But certainly, if he hasn't won anything by the end of the season, I'd be very surprised.
Same. Right then, mate. I'm getting ready to shut this down. Anything from anybody else? Looks like the chat's. What's this here? Gavin says, we're very fluent with our tactics in games, which is very true. Bon, what he likes about Nunes is that under Slot, he's not getting caught offside as much. Yeah.
I mean, I know that we made a joke about that a few shows ago, but he hasn't, and he tracks back as well. I mean, not many forwards do that. I mean, you've seen Rashford.
Sorry, Seano.
Point in case. I mean, look at that. Look at the amazing.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, that's it for the show. I'd say, Seano. Remember to lost my mind now. I'm not thinking what I'm saying. Fibersportmemorabilia is the partners of this channel, guys. The Twitch and the X accounts are down at the bottom of the screen. Make sure you go follow both of them. If you want to become a member to be in a chance of winning the Yang Mulby photograph, it's $1.99 or $2.99. And the prize draw will be done on January the 1st, New Year's Day. Sean, have you got anything that you'd like to plug before we get going?
Well, also, I mean, you know, with that, there's going to be some fantastic prizes in the new year. So we're hoping to continue our partnership with Fibbers. We'll obviously get chatting with them. So that'll be another thing to chat with them. But there are still amazing prizes in the new year. $1.99 or $2.99. It is the Liverpool YouTube channel that gives something back to their members. Come on now. So also SD Designs 2020 on Redbubble. Give that a check out. Also, a very, very who I call Mr. Liverpool, Frank Carlisle LFC. Amazing guy. And he has the last Bill Shankly kid, or the last Shankly kid they call him. That's George Scott. Amazing man as well. They're always on the show together. Frank has a fantastic channel. We need to get him at 1,000 subscribers by Christmas. He's got a history channel that's on tonight, and then Tuesday and Thursdays he's got his football. He then does kind of current affairs, conspiracy theories on Friday, and then Saturday he does a TV and a film review, and then obviously he does the previews and maybe a watch along then with any matches that are on. So it's like full time he's doing it. Amazing guy. He was, you know, on the radio, Merseyside Radio. He was in LFC TV. Fantastic guy. So check him out.
Yeah. And then just lastly, Gavin's asked any game, Adam. Yeah, I'm gonna get some videos put out on the other channel. Probably tomorrow. Might get one up tonight. Depends what I've got a video to break off of this chat actually. The chat we had about Mo Salah, I'm going to break that out and put it up as a separate video, guys. So if you have missed it, you missed that part, it's going up as a separate video. I'll be doing that straight after this. And then I may get a gaming video out for you, Gavin. So if anyone wants to go have a look at that, the link is below in the description. So go check that out. But yeah, other than that, guys, thanks for watching. Really good show tonight. I've quite enjoyed that, to be fair. I enjoyed the quiz as well. We're back Monday next week. We may have... I don't know yet. We'll see. I don't want to make an announcement on live and hold myself to it. And I don't end up doing it. So we'll keep that between us. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you're all well. And we'll catch you in the next one, guys.